Yo, what's good, boys? It's Max here, back on the YouTube video. So I ended up catching my biggest trade ever last night. This was the trade I took. As you can see, I entered right here. Took this one all the way up. We edged my take profit. My original take profit was at all-time high. We ended up edging my take profit, coming back down, ended up getting trailed out right there. Once again, this trade made me $17,868, being officially my biggest trade ever. In the past month and a half, my P&L is officially up, as you guys can see right here, $59,589, and that's not even including the 8K in payouts I did earlier this month. So in the past 2 months, my P&L is up $68,000. Once again, no LARP, no bullshit. This is on all my funded accounts. As you can see, my Express accounts right here, my PA accounts right here, and my 4 Lucid accounts pros right here. So once again, no LARP, no bullshit. This is the amount I made today. This is the amount that I'm up currently. These are all my accounts. And this was a trade I took. I'm gonna break it down real quick, not waste anyone's time. I'm in a rush myself. So let's get right into it. So first things first, start on the daily time frame. Let me go full screen real quick. So we can see obviously we're in all-time high conditions. Price comes down yesterday and tapped into this daily bullish fair value gap. Right, we can see this was yesterday. So we came down, tapped into this bullish fair value gap, ended up respecting it. So what we can expect from this point is this next day to open right here, form a PO3 where we manipulate lower, then go higher, sweep all-time high. Once again, go from liquidity to liquidity, and then put in that high close. So all I wanted to see was this PO3, where once again, right, this next daily candle opens like this, puts in that low, manipulates lower, we catch an entry down here, then take this one to all-time highs, and then it closes like this. And we can see that's exactly what the daily candle did. We, opened right there, put in that low, went higher, took all-time highs, and then put in that top wick. So that's all I wanted to see on the daily time frame. That's exactly what we did. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see once again price was respecting bullish P rays, having this 4-hour gap right here be respected. This was a discounted 4-hour gap in the leg. Also, if you pull out our fib retracement right here, you can see this respected OT of the price leg. So going into the morning right here, I was extremely bullish. Dropping down to the hourly, or not in the morning, to the day. Dropping down to the hourly, you can see we had that very obvious V-shaped recovery off that 4-hour gap. In the V-shaped recovery, we didn't sweep out the internal, so we left that high. And then we had a retrace down into this 1-hour bullish gap right here where we respected CE of it being that 50%. And then if I go down to the 15-minute time frame, you can see we formed that beautiful AMD where price once again accumulated right here. Then we manipulated down into that gap like that. And then all I want to see right once again with my strategy is an inversion out of it. And we can see right here, we got that accumulation, manipulation, then distribution, distribution, the start of the distribution, having our low being super protected, and then having our gap be that 30-minute gap that we inverse. And then additionally, our internal was equal highs right here on the 15-minute. So really, really free internal high that we could use as our break-even point. So this is my break-even point for price. Go to the right. Yes, this is my break-even point. We can see we took our entry, went break-even, and at this point I knew break-even was extremely free. Right, once again, our stops is extremely protected. I knew we were going to get break-even on this trade. I just didn't know where we would run to. That was the only thing. So I was targeting all-time highs. But yeah, took this trade here. Once again, a 30-minute inversion off that 1-hour gap. Price went up, took our break-even point. Once again, same thing on ES. ES is also within that 1-hour bullish gap, respected it perfectly. Same scenario. And then price goes up, up, up. Right here, I was looking to close once ES took all-time highs, but ES actually edged all-time highs by like a fucking minuscule tick. Absolutely insane. This is where we edged on NQ. Then we started to come back down. We can see right here, we respected this 1-hour gap, and I used this 1-hour gap as my condition. I basically told myself from this current point, if we're going to be bullish, we're going to respect this 1-hour gap, then go to take out all-time highs. If from this current point we fail, I want to be out. All right, that's basically what I told myself. Dropping down to a lower time frame, I'll show you guys how I executed within this 1-hour gap because I actually added more to this trade. So we can see right here, price comes down, taps the 1 hour gap, attempts to go higher, fails. Right, once again, now we have LR in the move, so we have low risk and liquidity that we can use target since we're looking to go long. And then additionally, internally, we have even more equal highs we can use to target, which are resting below, once again, the ultimate all-time high. Price comes down, right, stop hunts this low by like a literal tick. You can see we stop hunt it by an absolute tick and then begin to run higher. So what I basically did was add on an inversion right there. I added more to my position, and then I trailed my stop to this low right here. And then I put, once again, my take profit like right around there, right below all-time highs. And then if this trade hit, I would have made $40,000 at this current point in price. Right here, I was actually floating $27,000, which is absolutely absurd. Once again, this is my biggest trade ever, the most I've ever sized into a trade. But yeah, so right here, basically, I'll kind of show you guys how I managed this position. So we came up and we tapped this 15-minute gap right here, which was in the leg. And I told myself from this current point, if price breaks above this 15-minute gap, we look really, really good to go higher, because this 15-minute gap is the only thing defending these equal highs. We see price came up, almost inversed it, but didn't. Then I was like, all right, that's completely fine, because now, right, we have this 15-minute gap down here, which we could use as a condition to protect our stop. So going back over here, we can see, right, we're currently in our position right there. Our stop loss is there. Price goes higher. Right at this current point, I move my stop loss to break even. So I move my stop loss to plus $17,000 or plus $18,000 in profit. And once again, if we go there, I make $40,000. And then using this 15-minute right here as my condition for price, as if we're going to be bullish, we should respect this 15-minute, right? Once again, stop on these lows and then ultimately trend higher. That's kind of what I was looking for to happen. And I felt like my stop was extremely protected right here in price. You can see we come down, respect this 15-minute gap, and then there's actually this 1-minute gap right here that I was watching for it to be inversed. I basically told myself if price inverses this 1-minute gap, once again, we would be respecting this 15-minute inverses 1 minute. We look really, really good to go higher, and then I would start trailing super aggressive. But since, we failed that 1 minute, we ended up just taking my break-even stop, still making me that 18,000, but absolute banger trade. So it looks like in one more trade, I'm going to request fat payout. I'm going to request around, I think, $30,000 in payouts in one more trade. So I just have to hit my next trade for $500 across my accounts. Then I can request 15K across my apexes and around 15K-ish on my top steps. And my lucids, I already requested 3K on those, so I got to wait a minute. But this month, probably going to hit around 45,000 in payouts, which is pretty sick. But yeah, this is the trade I took today. If you want to learn more, once again, everything down below. I have my strategy video down below in the description. You can watch my strategy video. I have my Discord down below. I have my Instagram down below. Join my Discord. I, once again, commentate on these trades every single day. I send this shit out in the general chat, and I'll be live trading soon. So I'll be live trading ever so often. So if you want to join in, tap in for that. And yeah, I'm going to catch y'all boys in the next one. W fucking trade. Absolute fucking banger, boys.